Revenge, sometimes, is just a matter of opportunity. And in the cold, bitter depths of the Atlantic, opportunity often comes in the form of a black wetsuit and a grudge that will not die. David Heidemann, better known in whispered circles as Black Manta, had come to Atlantis once before. But this time, he wasn't here for money or technology. This was something older, rougher, rooted deep in the marrow. This was payback. For Manta, everything started with Aquaman. Or, more accurately, it ended his father's life, snuffed out on a sun-scorched morning off the coast of Amnesty Bay. Manta remembered the blood, the waves, the clatter of his father's last breath. He remembered the rage. In the years since, he'd spent hours, no years obsessing, plotting, soldering together gadgets in windowless rooms, training until exhaustion blurred the edges of his hate. Every step, every breath brought him back to a single purpose: make the King of Atlantis pay. Now, as the Manta sub crept into position, silent thrusters humming, his crew of mercenaries exchanged tense glances, well aware of the stakes. These weren't fresh recruits. These were hardened professionals, lured by promises of gold and the thrill of breaking into forbidden waters. No one asked questions about grudges. That was how you survived in Manta's world. Tonight's plan was simple. On paper, infiltrate Atlantis, sabotage the domed power core, and draw Aquaman out. There would be no talking this time, no speeches about justice or the heavy crown, just a reckoning in the only language that mattered. The city itself glittered in alien blues and greens, almost peaceful beneath its shimmering shield. But for Manta, peace had always been a lie, just the calm before the blade. He slipped into the water, suit sealing tight, weapons arrayed. Ebony helmet glinting in abyssal light, he became something else, less than human, more than monster. His team divided, fan-like, toward the outer pylons. Explosives were set, beeping quietly. Alarms calibrated for Atlantean frequencies would not even register until it was too late. Inside, Manta churned with anticipation. And then, as expected, the king arrived, trident in hand, golden armor catching stray photons from 100 bioluminescent towers. Aquaman, Arthur. The man who had robbed him of everything that mattered. There was a history here, built on wounds that never healed. Manta attacked, scorched tread beams blasting through water, lighting the dark. The fight was brutal, and Manta felt the strange thrill of seeing fear in the king's eyes. Real, human fear. For a moment, victory felt close enough to taste, but destiny rarely bows to hatred alone. Trident flashed a streak of power, a sonic boom, and Waterand Manta found himself knocked back, helmet cracked, his breathing ragged, his vision stuttering around him. The city rumbled as sabotage charges detonated. Panic skittered through Atlantis, lights flickering, alarms blaring. Manta pressed the attack. No more words. He wielded his twin swords, darting in and out of Aquaman's guard. He needed this man, this king, to see, to regret, to feel loss. But Arthur fought with centuries of legacy behind every move, and Manta, despite everything, was still only one man. A brilliant, furious, indomitable man, but mortal. The battle crashed through coral arcades, shattered crystal canopies, and plunged them both into the ancient catacombs beneath the city, the resting place of old kings. There Manta found the advantage, wielding the shadows like old friends. With a surge, he pinned Arthur, helmet to helmet. Words were whispered, words only they would hear, about fathers and sins, debts that cannot be repaid. In the end, revenge demanded a price, and Manta paid in blood. Aquaman broke free, battered and bruised. The city's defenses, finally catching up, swarmed in. But in the chaos, as the tide of guards closed in around him, Manta smiled. The sabotage had succeeded. Atlantis was crippled, its shield fading. He had made his mark. Wounded but alive, Manta escaped into deeper trenches as his sub rose, battered from the seafloor. The city would recover. Aquaman would too, but nothing would erase the scar Black Manta left behind. In the cold dark, swaddled by steel and salt, Manta patched his wounds and polished his helmet clean. Revenge was never about a single victory. It was about making sure they never forgot. And as the city of Atlantis flickered above him on the monitors, David Hyde knew there would be other nights, other opportunities. The ocean was vast, and so was his hate.